Good morning, everyone, and welcome to all of you. Thank you very much for joining us to this conference of Judaism, Science, and Medicine Group, or JSMG in short. And our topic is Judaism, Science, and Human Flourishing. I'm Chava Samuelson. I'm Regents Professor of History and Irving and Miriam Lowe Professor of Modern Judaism here at ASU. Until May 2025, I was the Director of Jewish Studies at ASU, and in that capacity, I organize and I manage all the conferences of Judaism, Science, and Medicine Group. On behalf of ASU, I'm going to ask Dean Jeffrey Cohen, the Dean of Humanities at the College of Liberal Arts and Science, and also a Foundation Professor of English at ASU, to welcome you on behalf of ASU. So Dean Cohen, please.
Thank you so much, Chava. I was thinking about it. I think this is the 7th time I've had the honor of giving the welcome, and somehow this conference gets better every year. I don't know how you pull that off, Chava. So welcome on behalf of Arizona State University. We're a university, I was thinking about it this morning, of true Jewish flourishing. This month alone, we have this wonderful conference, a celebration of Hillel, an ADL meeting sponsored by ASU with our President Crow speaking. The Jewish Faculty and Staff Association continues to flourish. Next month, we have Genocide Awareness Week, which always has Holocaust awareness as part of it. And the Jewish Studies program is always making what we do accessible. Stanley Mervis and I have been, over this past year, having frequent conversations about how to fight anti-Semitism, which is something we hear about a lot. And I think this conference models how to do that with its strong emphasis on Jewish tradition, Jewish knowledge, and Jewish thriving and flourishing. If there's ever an antidote to anti-Semitism, it's through more knowledge of what positively Jews have accomplished and continue to undertake in the world. So I want to thank you, Chava, once again for organizing this conference, a really important contribution to our intellectual community. And thanks for everyone who's here this morning. Hope you enjoy the conference.
Thank you, Dean Cohen. And now JSMG was created and was managed by Jewish Studies since 2008. Currently, Professor Stanley Mervis who is also the Harold and Jean Grossman Chair of Jewish Studies, is the new Director of Jewish Studies, and I'm inviting him to welcome the conference on behalf of Jewish Studies.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Chava. I appreciate the introduction, and thank you, Dean Cohen, for your introduction. Jewish Studies at ASU serves as a resource for exploring the Jewish experience in all of its dimensions: history, language, religion, culture, and thought. Our degree program, certificate, and courses bring the scholarship into the classroom. Our public programs, including JSMG, bring the same scholarship into the wider community and to audiences around the world. These programs are free and open to everyone, regardless of background or identity, and are made available online shortly after each event. So this program, too, is recorded and will be made available online, usually within a week of the program. And I'd now like to turn the program back over to my colleague, Chava Samuelson, whose hard work and dedication has made this program possible this year and all of the previous years.
Thank you, Professor Mervis. So let me tell you a little bit about Judaism, Science, and Medicine Group. So those who are not familiar with it will know a little bit more. It was established at ASU in 2008 as an initiative of the late Professor Norbert Samuelson from ASU and Rabbi and Professor Elliot Dorff from American Jewish University. The initiative was part of the commitment to promote the dialogue of religion and science at ASU, and to get more Jews outside of the academy, of course, involved in the conversation about the interplay of Judaism, science, and medicine. As a director of Jewish Studies, I convened and I managed the conference at the annual conferences of Judaism, Science, and Medicine Group. And over the years, we covered really a very wide range of topics. We held conferences on some of these issues. We had a conference on evolution, a conference on Judaism and the neurosciences, a conference on end-of-life issues, a conference on disability. There was another conference on theories and practices of healing. More recently, we had a conference on climate change, on public health, on human sexuality, on artificial intelligence, and biotechnology. In other words, you can see that those topics are very unusual in Jewish studies, but Judaism Science and Medicine group really focused on bringing new scientific knowledge to the attention of people in the academy and outside the academy, and it advanced kind of a new way of thinking about Judaism. The conferences of JSMG are unique in several respects. First, JSMG engages every theme from an interdisciplinary perspective, bridging the boundaries between the humanities, the social sciences, and the natural sciences. Second, JSMG is deliberately pluralistic. We represent or have represented the entire spectrum of Jewishness in America and in the world today. We included religious as well as secular Jews. We have included Jews and as well as non-Jews. We included academics as well as non-academics. And third, Judaism Science and Medicine group is committed to public-facing scholarship and to bridging the gap between the academy and the public at large. We bring together academic scholars, scientists, rabbis, educators, health professionals, and that's a very unusual mix, I must say, having served in this, not just in the profession and not just at ASU, but I've been in the profession for 50 years, and I don't think that there's any other conference that is like that anywhere else in the world. So we're very convinced that this is the only way to do things properly in order to understand the complexity of the issues that face us today. Now let's zero in on the topic of this particular conference. Now, last year, our focus was on love. The title of the conference was The Many Faces of Love. This year, we focus on human flourishing, and this particular flourishing came out of a grant, a very large grant that several of us here at ASU were involved in. I refer to the grant Fasting and Flourishing, Comparative Analysis. And the people who run the grant, that's Professor Adam Cohen and Catherine Johnson, the PIs on the grant, and then two of us co-PIs, Joel Garaboff, Professor Joel Garaboff, and myself. And this is a grant that was funded by the Templeton World Charity Foundation. You're going to hear more about that grant and the research that was done to it in a session tomorrow morning. Now, the word itself that we used for the title of the conference, the word flourishing, may not be a household word. Not everybody may use this word. Perhaps more commonly, people like to talk about happiness when they think about the issues that we are going to try to wrap our mind around. But again, you can ask me, okay, so what is happiness and what is flourishing? If you are a social scientist, you probably use the word well-being. So what do those words mean, and what kind of learning, what kind of empirical information we have today about those very difficult, complex, and subtle concepts? So there is indeed today a very vast scholarship written by philosophers, psychologists, sociologists, economists, and political theorists. All of these people engage the concepts of happiness and flourishing for a variety of perspectives. And we are going to hear about some of this research in the sessions today and tomorrow. We are going to reflect on the meaning of happiness and flourishing. We are going to ask how social scientists and philosophers studied. We are going to figure out how happiness and flourishing can be enhanced. That's what social scientists tell us. We are going to wrap our mind around the notion of time, namely how happiness or flourishing can be sustained throughout a lifetime. And most importantly, we are going to explore how Jews and Judaism have wrestled with the meaning of happiness and human flourishing. So I do hope that this conference will inspire all of us to continue to explore this interplay of Judaism, science, and medicine by focusing on the topic of human flourishing. By way of thanks, I would like to thank Professor Stanley Mervis, the Director of Jewish Studies, and the staff of Jewish Studies, Lisa Kaplan, Kristen Moss, Gloria Baker, and Ari Gajraj, I guess, also was supposed to be part of this conversation, having his responsibility is technology. Everything that they've done is very important, and we could not bring this conference to you without their help. Also, would like to express my gratitude to all the presenters and the moderators for taking time from their very busy schedules to share their knowledge with us. And finally, I would like to thank all of you in the audience for joining us to this virtual conference. We are now going to turn to session number 1. What is flourishing? And I'm inviting Professor John McGregor, the director of the Lincoln Center for Ethics here at ASU, to chair the session and to introduce our speaker, Professor Dan Habron. So, Professor McGregor, the screen is yours.